Ambazonia, land of freedom, usually reflects in our need. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of this nation. Ambazonia, land of freedom, usually reflects in our need. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of this nation.
My fellow Ambalanders, my dear people, in 60 years, we have faced a killing machine from Cameroon. We have been treated like game, haunted on our street, burnt in our homes. As students have been executed at point blank range. Women raped. We have experienced systematic brutality, torture that has been well documented by both domestic human rights institutions and reputable international human rights organizations. We have, in the past 60 years, also documented the systematic crimes that have been committed against our people by Cameroon. That was the subject of the deposition made by Professor Carlson Anyangwe, late Dr. Kevin Ngumye, and others in 2003 at the African Commission on Human and People's Rights. If you study all the depositions that have been made at the Human Rights Committee, whether by Dr. Wakwanga, Fongorji, Dinka, Tita Hongyo, Matthew, and others, it has carefully documented the impunity with which Cameroon has treated Ambazonians, the deliberate change of jurisdiction in their trial, incommunicado detention, torture to extract evidence which are then used against law to convict. Thousands of our people have been locked up in tiny spaces, hundreds of kilometers away from their homes. They've been denied access to lawyers, to families. They've been subjected to inhuman, degrading, and cruel conditions, denied proper feeding. We have been treated like a conquered people, people captured as the spoils of war. For 60 years, the international criminal jurisdiction has remained mute in the face of these brutalities. Those that have been successful at international systems like the Human Rights Committee, the Committee Against Torture, or the African Commission on Human and People's Rights, have never been compensated. The international system has shown utter weakness in the face of this banality of evil. In the past 4 years, as our people have revolted against economic deprivation, systematic brutality, political exclusion, and the outright annexation of our country by a foreign and alien system, the regime has shown its true colors. The international system has shown its true colors. For 4 years, our men, women, and children have been butchered at plain sight in the full glare of the international system. Hundreds and hundreds of villages burnt down. Men, women, and children burnt in homes. Those who escaped the crime of the occupier have been hunted down in the bushes, roasted, tortured, and disappeared. All international human rights and humanitarian instruments have remained silent in the face of this brutality. Our lives don't matter. Our dignity don't matter. Massacres upon massacres. Our women wailing, children crying. No one has cared. Only the bravery of our people. The demonstration of utmost rejection of a system of curtailment and impunity imposed on us by an international conspiracy that has looked the other way in the past 4 years, as our people have been left on their own to face a combined force of the Bulu Republic, the international marketization system, international businesses who have benefited from this occupation, illegality, and contempt with which our people have been treated. Just in the past month, we witnessed massacre in Mautu. A baby clinched on the tummy of his dead mom. Systematic killing. A few kilometers from there, a couple of months ago in Yoke. Dead bodies floating in rivers. The same way we saw in Rwanda, millions of people left for the elements and the vultures to devour. No gravestone. After Mautu, we witnessed 4 teenagers hunted like game at Meta quarters, murdered. Their parents never had a chance to say goodbye. A wounded one was captured, placed in the occupier's car, tormented, taunted, allowed to bleed to death. We have seen again a dad wailing in agony and pain and despair, clenching to the body of a roasted baby. As if that was not enough, watch in the past days how in Dongamantum, an Ambazonian was subjected to the utmost banality of evil that we've seen, tormented, tortured. They spoke in the language of the occupier, Bulu, French. They took pride in his agony and pain. His pain is a reflection of our collective pain. His pain captures in a sincere way the agony that we have gone through for 60 years. My fellow people, they call us warmongers. What is the alternative? What is the alternative that we haven't tried for 60 years to change the attitude of the actors on the other side, to alter their approach to our people and our country? What is the alternative in the face of dead silence at the level of the international system? the same system that betrayed Ambazonia to one of the most rapacious and decadent political systems in the continent of Africa. We don't have a choice. The pain we have gone through is not because we are at war. It is because Cameroon has no respect for the Ambazonians. We are dispensable. We are good for nothing. They want our land by all cost. And if it will mean to eliminate every Ambazonian so they can take control of our land, they will do it. You fight, you may die. You don't, you will die. I have asked all of you in the past 4 years to rise up in resistance. I have asked our expatriate community, those in exile, to rededicate, to recommit, to focus in arming every Amazonian. That is the only way we will stop Cameroon from playing with the lives of our people, from torturing, from burning our babies, from raping our women. The international system does not care. We as a people, we the victims of 60 years of torment, undignified treatment, massacres, genocide, have the solemn responsibility to ensure the protection of every Ambazonian man, boy, girl, woman, or child. It is a call on this generation. It is a duty bestowed on us uniquely to right the wrongs of our forebear and deliver to the next generation a place where they can live in happiness. We will not compromise with Cameroon. We will not blink. In the past 2 months, we have eliminated more than 50 of their forces, and our forces are on the prowl. We will continue relentlessly, unwavering, to arm the forces on the ground, to ensure their protection and to ensure they can protect our people. The Bulus declared war on us on the tarmac of an airport. They said they could fight Amba. They said they were going to take us out in a few weeks. Now they are hiding in armor cars. But our men, our valiant men and women, have learned how to pop them out from those armor cars. They have no hiding places. They say they can fight. Let them get out of the armor cars and face our men. Torture, killing of babies, systematic rape is not gonna save the Bulu Republic. We will develop all the technologies to ensure that we can take them out from our country. And I'm glad to announce to you that our men and women are ingenious enough to develop the technology that can provide them with the opportunity to continue to prosecute this war with utmost determination. And I want to thank them for their sacrifices, hail them for their courage, and salute their bravery, because in the past few weeks our forces on the ground are gradually coming together, first for their own survival, second for the protection of our people, third to ensure the independence declared is defended. I ask all of you not to relent. These images, these videos give us an opportunity to understand more detailedly the beast we are dealing with, to also understand their mindset in the face of defeat. They leave on their trail destruction, torture, scars in the mindset of Ambazonians. My fellow countrymen and women, I've made a solemn promise to all of you. There will be no compromise. In the past few months, the international system has been confused, being unable to bring Cameroon to the table, being unable to force Cameroon to commit. They have started playing moral equivalence, which has been rejected by the Oxford studies. We are facing genocide. You cannot compare systematic policy actions committed by a state party that is signatory to international humanitarian laws and international human rights laws to a people facing a threat who have faced murder and massacres in the past 60 years. And I reject completely the assertion of Karen Bass in asking our people to drop their weapons in the face of the failure of the international system to invoke the responsibility to protect our people from torment, massacres, and genocide. I reject completely any assertion, miscomprehension to play moral equivalence between the actions of our forces and the actions of Cameroon. We do not deny the fact that there have been some infractions within our own war of independence. But those infractions are neither policy or practices that are systematic in nature. They are little infractions that have occurred time and again and that we have dealt with. Ngabo massacre, no accountability. Pingin massacre, no accountability. Bali massacre, no accountability. Mautu massacre, no accountability. This is systematic genocide. And rather than for the international system to hold Cameroon to account for its impunity and systematic brutality, we think it is time, with the appointment of the new prosecutor of the ICC, that an investigation by the office of the prosecutor should begin immediately on the violation of the statute of the ICC, the commission of war crimes, crimes of aggression, crimes against humanity, and genocide. We must continue to defend ourselves. We must continue to fight as if the issue of the whole struggle depended on us alone. We have prevailed in the past 4 years, and we will prevail over Cameroon, restore our dignity, our territorial integrity, and have a country within which we can live in peace and harmony, develop our potentials for our own benefit and the benefit of our country. In the past 24 hours, I've listened to a communique from factions of the IG. We are informed they've held a meeting for purposes of reconciliation. We welcome such a meeting, but we want to make this abundantly clear. There cannot be reconciliation without accountability. There cannot be reconciliation without the truth. We are always prepared to work together. But before we have reconciliation, there must be accountability for the actions of individuals and groups that have cost the lives of thousands and thousands of Ambazonians. And those actions continue unabated. In the past 4 years, we witnessed a hijack of effort at bringing leaders together by those who thought they had an entitlement to power. All the opportunities that were given to us from Nigeria to Washington was deliberately hijacked by a few. And that has caused massive division. That has cost the lives of millions of our people. We call on the IG to reconcile between themselves, the different factions of the IG, to reconcile within themselves. And we will be ready to have meaningful discussions on areas of collaboration. I call on AGovC to remain focused as the vanguards of this war of independence, to respect others' opinion and their approaches, and we should differ with respect, differ on issues, have argument about policies. There has been a lot of actions taken within this struggle that requires the truth, the role played by each individual to tear the fabric of our struggle apart for individual benefit, for the benefit of power, the denial of basic understanding, the violation of basic agreements, and the deliberate institution of a policy of character assassination, blackmail, that has been taken over by the external enemy. We will continue to explore areas that we think we can work together. And we have those areas, like the calling of lockdowns. We think we have an opportunity to consult amongst ourselves, like days like 11th of February, 20th of May, the 1st of October. All leaders to commit to one action within these days of national interest. I want to thank our people for their continuous commitment to our liberation struggle. Justice will be served. There will be accountability, both internally and externally. God bless Ambazonia.
Hail this land of glory, we the Ambazonia, special loyalty. Praises to our Savior who granted us the freedom. Allegiance to the hero who brought the lonely gather. Glory to glory, we rise and never to fall. Here in a nation, flowing rivers and holy. Glory, glory, glory to the Father for making you a nation, a joy forevermore. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meet in our need. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of this nation. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meet in our need. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of this nation.
This has been a live address.